we are going to discuss Dice Camera Action episode 105. And today I have with me three fellow Waffle talkers. Rena, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay. Shauna, how's it going?
Okay.
Aya?
Hi!
Hello.
I'm excited.
Does somebody want to recap what happened on this episode before we start?
All right. Holy shit. Well, it was the first part of it was basically trying to keep the Waffle House from basically collapsing on itself. So they sent Evelyn went to go get workers put on it, and Strix is visited by a wizard that kind of like who apparently owned the house earlier, and just gave her all her thing and kind of wanted to invest in a bakery. And Binwin stopped by, ate one of Strix's pies, and then like all sorts of stuff happened. Then like a moldy coffin being like suspended by like gas bags appeared, and they brought it down, and it was basically Nazca in like a putrid thing, his head and his crossbow out, and it had like little spores in it coming from the head, so they had to kind of like try and like diffuse it. But what was the kid's name? Sorry.
Which kid are we talking?
Nat, Squidly, or Jinx?
Squidly shot at it and exploded, which it had some sort of disease. And then Evelyn was trying to see if there's any sort of fiend around, and it ended up being just like this guy that was across the street talking to a woman who they tried to charm and then attack, and then Binwin just kind of like just went with the flow and killed him, and he just turned out to be a Rakshasa. And this whole thing just appeared to like cause a commotion, as it does in the city. And so there was basically, what was it, Binwin, Paulton, and Evelyn on one side, and then Diath and the kids, and Strix used a new spell called Word of Recall to basically bring the kids and Diath back to the house, and that's kind of where they ended.
Mm-hmm. And they met, well, I guess we're doing a whole thing with the neighbors.
Oh yeah, the neighbors were not happy. The neighbors were not happy, that's right. Letter of like, just like the homeowners association, it's like, stop this.
The neighborhood watch. It's just like, stop blowing shit up.
It's like your lawn is too brown on your side. It's like, no, please don't explode everything.
Your lawn is too crispy. Please stop.
Yeah.
I was really excited when I found out that Binwin was going to be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Scott. I think he's like really funny and one of my favorite. Scott Kurt's like one of my favorite people to watch, so I was really pumped up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, how are they gonna work him in? And it's like, oh, he just went to the bar because it's a bar.
He just thought it was a tavern.
Yeah.
The door is unhinged. It's like, oh, that looks like a good time.
It's not wrong. I mean,
No,
it's like
not.
a party bar.
There's like
wrong.
there's one chair
Mhm.
and no alcohol.
There's plenty of quiche.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Oh my God.
gosh, that woman, what was her name? Alcoria? Is that what it was? Stone Marrow?
Alcoria Stone Marrow, yes.
Yeah, and she wants to turn it into a bakery.
Just give Strix invest in a bakery. Apparently that was like her old property.
First, I didn't like her because she was like being all pompous, and then she started being really nice. I'm like, oh,
I mean,
okay.
Cool, I like her.
I mean, it's the usual wizard stuff of like, I know what I'm doing, don't bother me.
Mhm.
And I really like her because she like gave Strix like those little like things, and like she made her like have purpose. That was really cute.
Yeah.
It was very nice, and like just the fact that she like treated Strix like she was like somebody of like wizardly status.
It's kind of wondering, like, okay, so this
Looks like
lady
you
owned
Oh no, I heard.
this lady, Alcoria Stone Marrow,
Mm-hmm.
owned Troll Skull Manor before the heroes did. Well, so didn't Magnus own it before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a
Magnus
lot of,
currently owns it.
Technically, he owns it.
I think that property's been through a lot of hands, like,
Mhm.
so somewhere down the line, it's a wizard.
And she's the one who
No,
bound.
she made it.
Oh, made it, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's the one who bound the unseen servants there, right?
Mhm.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I always get like a little wary.
Hmm.
Kind of wondering if this is like a hag in disguise, like Baba Yaga or something like that. Like,
I mean, Strix did get a really good insight, like really good on her insight on this person, so she seemed genuine.
But if she
And-
is Baba Yaga, that would explain why it's like, oh, bakery, yeah, that's a good
Right.
idea for you. Wink, wink.
and then there was kids, and she really liked the kids. I was like,
Yeah.
Well, that and also Evelyn did
That's true.
whatever magic to like see who's evil, and she didn't pick up anything from her.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
Don't
thought for
hags
sure.
tend to be fae?
Do they
Yeah.
pick up?
Yeah, hold on. I have a monster manual right here.
Well, did she detected good and evil? Is that what she did?
No, it was divine. No,
Divine.
it wasn't divine smite.
Divine sense.
Divine sense. Yeah.
And that detects evil, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
In addition to like kind of like non-planar things,
And
like
the-
fae and
In,
demons.
in the area,
Like-
the only thing that was evil was the fiend, right?
Mhm.
Like if it was a night hag, then she would have detected it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But if it were any other hag, like a green hag or a sea hag, then she would have detected fae. And I don't even know if divine sense detects fae.
No,
Mhm.
it's
Okay.
like demon, devil, celestial. I think like
Mhm.
the religious stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. The celestial alignment.
Also undead.
Yeah, there you go.
Adol says that now we need to somehow make Jim a guest character, or
Oh, yeah.
maybe the clone Jim.
I want Jim in there because
Yeah,
If it, you know,
I would say.
hopefully they can blow him up.
I would say it's something they should do on a live show because he's really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds right.
but it would complete the trifecta of having, original Acquisitions Inc.
Oh, there was a point on the show where they talked a little bit, because Scott left the Acquisitions Inc. group and started Binwin's Minions, but
Yes.
it was mostly a comic. He did one or two shows, and one of them was just audio that Chris Perkins ran, and he said something about maybe making the kids minions. And I was like, is this like, are they gonna do some Binwin's Minions shows where it's like Binwin and those kids and Chris running it?
Maybe. I don't remember the fate of the children's been with me, so I don't know if that's good.
Binwin's Minions is where you go into a dungeon and you die over and over again.
Oh, that's not good then.
Oh no!
That's not. No. Please don't send those kids there.
I know.
I knew that simply because of Idle Champions. Thanks, Idle Champions.
Dude,
Yeah. So it was like,
We don't want minions to be those kids.
I want
minions.
those kids to live.
No.
I would like to see Scott Kurtz do more stuff though.
Mhm.
Just kind of like wish he was a little more active. Yeah. So yeah, there was a ton of stuff. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about right off the bat while I dig through my brain?
I mean, this will happen later in the episode, but like the thing in the chest, the coffin, was that? Did anybody think that the statue dude with the Lathander symbol was that? Did you guys think that one was Brightmore, perhaps?
Like, was it? You mean like father son bright or what? What?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be a thing.
Could
yeah.
be.
That would be
That would be a
intense.
thing. Yeah. That,
And what other like known like person of Lathander do we know?
I mean, it could be just like the Xanthar like kind of knew that like Nazca liked Evelyn, or that he was working. This is just like not like a really intense message. It's like back off.
I don't
give Nazca something, Lysander, and then petrify him a little bit, and
Yeah,
then
because
cut off his head before he's done petrifying.
that's the
That
only
sounds like something Xanathar would have something.
Bad
Yeah.
007 makes a good point. It was the sign of Lathander, not a Monitor, because
Yeah.
they've all been switching to a Monitor.
Mhm.
So that is interesting.
Mhm.
For some reason, I originally immediately thought it was Evelyn's brother, who we haven't actually met yet. I don't know why, but that was
Yeah.
It was
like-
an
it was
old
like-
man hand, though.
it was an old
It
man
was.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
was.
I don't know who that was. I mean, maybe he recovered. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, that was weird. I forgot about that. There was a stone person, a piece of a stone person with the symbol of Lathander.
They have yet to read the scroll that was in the hand.
Yeah, like I was
Yeah!
waiting for that.
They
Yeah,
didn't
it's
like
like-
the scroll.
Like, wait, the scroll.
This,
But we haven't gotten to it yet.
Can we have an episode where like nothing happens so they can deal with all the things that have been
It's like-
happening?
Right?
The Rexash is just like in the wrong place. And everyone's like, oh no.
As soon as he said Tiger's Eye, I'm like, uh-oh.
Adol says, didn't Nazca get a symbol of Lathander from Evelyn?
Did he?
Maybe.
He
But,
might
like,
have, but
It was the head of Nazca was in that coffin, and that was
Yeah.
not stone, right?
Right.
No, it wasn't.
So to me,
that's why I was thinking it could easily be the Xanathar decided to petrify him and then cut off his head before he completely petrified.
Oh, maybe.
Because
no.
he's sadistic like
Well,
that.
no, the old man hand though.
But that.
It was an old man hand, and I believe the torso was like large man,
Mhm.
human man.
So, like, that was just my initial thought when I heard that, you know?
Yeah. I thought it was like at first I was like, oh, it's that weird thing that they left in the Shadowfell for some reason.
Oh, right.
Oh, that dwarf, that poor,
Mhm. Yeah,
that poor dwarf.
Mhm.
dwarf.
A lot of dwarves in this episode.
I think Chris likes dwarves. He does a lot of dwarf stuff.
Mhm.
He does a lot of. He's written a couple adventures that have dwarf homes in them.
Which
he's a dwarf
makes
guy.
it interesting that all the dwarves, or at least the main 7 dwarven families, don't like Diath right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're counting on him to get that treasure. But that's like a long. We're doing a lot of episodes of attacks on the house, and like normally, I think in theory I'd be like, oh, geez, 3-4 episodes attacks on the house. I don't know about that, but like I really like every one of them. I don't know why, but
It's like, I
every
mean,
one is
just-
interesting and fun.
It has to stop at certain points. Like neighbors are really mad at them, and they don't have much money left to fix said house.
Well, now they are gonna get wards in the house, so it should be a little better.
It's like I kind of
Yeah.
wonder if it's like Chris is like Xanathar in his head. He's like Xanathar's just going to keep attacking them until they either die or do something.
Yeah, they gotta do something with that.
So it's like we could have 10 because the group has never said, okay, we got to put a stop to this. We got to go to Xanathar and talk to him, or and figure this out.
Yeah.
They haven't done that at all. They're just getting attacked, and then they go to bed, and then they get up, and then they get attacked.
Get attacked some more.
This is
Just like, it's just the daily grind.
yeah. The kids are okay. None of the kids went down this time. It's okay.
And then like they go like, oh, hi Lisa, thank you very much. Oh, Lisa's awesome. I got excited. Well, no, and then there was a point in the show,
I get
right?
it.
We're in the basement. The hole is there to the sewers, and like, and Chris goes, was kind of giving him an opportunity to seal it up. They're like, and Dieth goes, we'll deal with that later. And I was just like, ah!
I mean,
You're gonna get attacked again. What is wrong with?
I mean, when you can like incinerate like 15 bugbears at once, I mean,
Yeah, it's true. That's true. The enemies that are getting thrown at them are pretty weak.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Not that weak, but kind of a little weak.
although now they have a problem with just the bodies that are kind of piling up from said like launches at their house.
Like, they're weak in low numbers.
I kind of have to wonder, can they like tell the guards about this? Like, hey, we're getting attacked. Like, are they gonna like get are the Xanathar paying off the guards to like not
Maybe.
like look at this, or like I don't know, like like it seems to me like something that they can have like something be done about it, or at least have some sort of higher protection. Be like, hey, you know, like people are trying to kill us, and it's kind of ruining the neighborhood. You want to help or what?
Just leave the 3 zombie beholder bodies in there and just like, guards, this happens, help.
Yeah, like what would a normal non-adventuring person do? You know?
Well, Chris has said that this is a city that's kind of used to stuff like this.
Hmm.
So I would bet that the guards would be, would be helpful, I think, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the group isn't really recruiting the guards or
No.
including them in the
They're not exactly like ingratiating themselves with the authorities.
They're not
Yeah.
exactly optimal, you know?
Mm-mm. Nope. But like it's weird. It's like I honestly wouldn't care if the next 3 weeks were just them getting attacked over and over. I wouldn't care, because every time it's interesting. Like an ogre with a paper mache beholder with a magic mouth, that's funny. And the coffin with Nazca's head in it. That's actually kind of a Godfather kind of thing, isn't it? With
Oh, yeah.
the horse's head. So they sent Nazca's severed head, and it spewed forth spores that turned into little beholders. That's pretty crazy. Why was the coffin lined with flesh? What was that?
Extra creepy.
Just all I have is the Xanathar is crazy and sadistic. So that could be for any reason.
Do you think they skinned Nazca and that was his skin in there?
I don't want to think about that.
Right?
I was thinking that. I didn't want to say it.
Do you think they'll try to bring Nazca back to life?
No.
No, there's nothing.
No?
Well,
They don't have the money.
Dia doesn't like him, and Paulson doesn't like him. I don't
would
know
be
how
the only
strict-
one to try, I think.
Yeah. That's was it resurrection? With
Something like
the
that.
condition that the body's in?
Oh, yeah. He might be a new race then, right? You get to roll in
Oh,
the
yeah.
chart for that one.
Just like a little kobold Nazca.
There's weird. I went through the player's handbook. Like, there's true resurrection that you just have to say their name, and then they just appear. That I think that's what happened with Paulton. And then there's reincarnation, which gives him a new body. So I don't know.
Oh, reincarnation. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad that Nazca was dead, because I thought he was an interesting character. Every time he showed up, it was like something. He was like a creepy weirdo that lived in their
So
basement.
slimy.
Goofy weirdo that's after Evelyn.
He was
Yeah.
he was the creepy weirdo character that made things happen, but I hated him.
Oh yeah, were you listing all of the people who have a thing for Evelyn?
Yeah, I was. Hold on, give me a second.
At least if I can think of anything.
Thank God.
Tell me if there's anyone I'm missing, chat.
Yeah.
Let me see.
A diagram.
Oh, there you had the
It's a
diagram.
sun.
Omen, Paulton.
We've
Who
got
else?
Paulton, we've got Binwin, we've got Omen, we've got a mermaid, we've got Maloon, if that's his name,
The
and we've
mer-
got
the-
Nazca, but I X'd that one out.
Nazca.
Last now.
The mermaid. The mermaid was a fleeting moment, but
Mhm.
it was a
Yeah.
very memorable event in their lives.
That creepy ass dwarf that was in
Oh,
that made that body.
Oh,
Creepiest NPC.
I like that just because I know I mentioned this before, but in the beginning of the series, people
added.
Uh,
the Drizzt sort of maybe a little Drizzt.
Didn't get a whole lot with that one,
No,
but maybe.
I think she like just Dritz more. I
Yes.
think.
it was like
Wait, wasn't Drizzt in a Ack Inc.
Yes.
yeah.
played by Perkins?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yay for wikis.
Yeah. So like I that makes me happy just because in the beginning of the show it was like Evelyn really got kind of dumped on a little bit, and so it's nice. Same with Diath. Like things were so bad for Diath, and like now they're still pretty bad for Diath, but a little
Okay.
bit better. It's like okay, good, because it just feels like the world is treating them extremely harshly. And
Yeah.
it's like man, man.
I mean, look at where they started. They were in Strahd's domain. Like, Evelyn was gonna get dumped on because she's a paladin, and Dia just has really bad luck.
Mm.
Yep.
right. Burnt Norris says it would be funny to compare Diath's hate for Omen and Strix's hate for Jim Dark Magic. Why? I really don't get this. Why does Diath hate Omen so much?
I don't. There's like some stuff he hasn't said yet. I think.
There is a reason, and he hasn't told us yet.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I think it has something to do with the whole contract thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, summoning Strix and pulling her away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did he tell
I don't know for sure from there.
I mean,
theory.
Strix's animosity with Jim Darkman is pretty simple. Jim Dark Magic is an asshole.
Also magic.
Yeah.
They're kind of like rivals, sort of, a little bit.
They're like children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it when they're together. I think it's funny.
It all says Omen is a big deal in Waterdeep, and Dieth is from Waterdeep.
Omen is a big deal. That's okay. I see. So and what's weird is like there's probably like when Diath and Strix were like vagrants. Acquisitions Inc. was having those adventures, at least one of which took place in Waterdeep. And he referred to the kaiju battle. I think that was when they had the huge statue of Hallister stomping around. I think that's what that was. And I guess the Tarrasque got involved or something like that. I think that was one of the first ones. That was where I went out of my way to watch. But
those are probably like somewhere in the middle, like the live shows. One of the live shows.
I'd love to see a flashback where they play through Diath and Strix trying to survive during that event.
Ooh.
You know, maybe that would explain his distaste for Omen. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but for some reason I'm associating Dieth with Daggerford. Was he in Daggerford? Not necessarily Waterdeep.
That's where they were coming from, I think, when the shot stuff started.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe they were in Daggerford at that point. Let's see. I hope it's not a word of warning in that scroll. We don't know what's in the scroll.
We don't.
Probably a threat from the Xanathar. Probably.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Where'd Aya go?
We lost
dropped.
Aya.
Wee woo.
Hopefully she'll be back in a second. House attack. It's less than 24 hours. At this point, the kids may have a level up. They should level up. That would be cool.
I mean, yeah, Squiddy hit a couple targets, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's like I'm pretty sure they were like that level 0 kind of thing because they were just rolling flat d20s.
Mm-hmm.
So if they actually level up, now they're level 1. Yay!
Yay! Yes.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Yeah, the kids should level up at some point, right? They've had a number of encounters.
I would like for them to have more than like 1 or 2 hit points.
Right now, they might have like commoner stats or something, right?
Which is like nothing.
Yeah.
But it makes them a little bit better.
Yeah, because like 1 hit and
more hit
dead.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Fell down the stairs. I'm like, is she dead? Like, oh no.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Evelyn tried to catch, totally missed. And the kid just
tried to catch her own character. And didn't make it.
Missed by like a mile. I think I made a clip of that. Drizzt is happily married. I did not know that. Bad 007. Binwin's last game was at PAX West 2016. Jeez, was it that long? Holy cow.
2016 seems more recent than I thought.
Yeah, it's 2 years ago. It feels like it was just last year.
Yeah, right? Omen is bad. Can't do that anymore. She's from the family. Yeah. Contracts. Oh, so Bert Norris says he's pretty sure that Dieth doesn't like Omen because of the contract stuff, but there could be more. And Adolf says, Dieth always says, Omen Dran is the worst kept secret of Waterdeep. Yeah, I wonder if it's just jealousy or, well, yeah, I would imagine, dragging Strix away willy-nilly, that is, she's bound to this evil contract and Omen is taking advantage of it. I can see why
Is he still bound to that contract?
I don't know. Is it Ezek now? Is Ezek now the one that he summons?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That would
Any of the physics. We might get more relatives up in here.
that's
So you just get one that's like even more like angry and just like doesn't want to do it.
that could be.
Oh no.
That's
Oh,
Tries
no.
tries to summon Strix, like, yeah,
That
this
doesn't
will
work
work.
anymore.
Wait, never mind.
You could just ask.
Bert Norris says it might also just be how he treats everything like a business. That's
Mm.
true.
I mean,
He's very
Calculating.
he's pretty callous, especially when it comes to his underlings. You know,
yeah.
the interns, they drop like flies. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I could see. Yeah. Bad. She's no longer from the family, so she can't be summoned by the contract. Yeah.
She's
So
a bee stinger.
she's a bee stinger now.
Which I
Yeah.
really want to see.
Yeah, we need.
Put that in jail.
I would like.
I
Yeah, I
would
would like
love
to.
that.
See more about that. We still don't really know the details about that right
Wanna know.
now.
Like I said, we need an episode that nothing happens so we can deal with all the things that have been happening.
What do they have to? Well, they should. Well, what do they have to deal with? This scroll that they just got that they didn't read.
hmm
The
Well,
scroll, the Xanathar, the Zentarum, the Strix Bee Stinger thing, the Dia treasure thingy,
The
what
Amanator,
else?
Evelyn Lathander Amanator thing.
Exactly.
We've
The spell-
got
The spell
Evelyn
book,
backstory with Brick. We've got the spell book and Shemeshka's
spectacles.
glass.
Yeah.
the spectacles. Holy
Yeah.
Oh, they haven't- oh my god,
They still have
haven't
that.
done
They've had that for months.
That's a-
Shemeshka's gonna kill them.
That's a ton of stuff to deal with.
It's a lot of things.
And I'm pretty sure that's just the top few things on their to-do list.
It seems like the most
Yeah.
pressing issue is the Xanathar thing. I mean, he's just constantly coming after them.
Yeah.
They should just.
What?
I would say they should just go find him and try.
And just
kill
go
him.
for it. Yeah.
They could recruit the Zentarim to come with them, right?
Yeah. I mean, they want. He's just as angry at them, or this is also like. I mean, the Zentarim's reason why that kind of the Xanathar's mad at them, so they should help.
Yeah, and, they have
It's true.
Binwin with them, who
Mhm.
has 3 attacks. He's very powerful.
Yes.
Now's a good time to go just attack the Xanathar, right? He's just
Mhm.
he's a beholder. They're
Just
11th
beat up the
level.
mob boss. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they 11th level or 12th
Yeah.
level? I can't
So,
remember.
yeah.
11th, I
I
believe.
love them. Yeah.
They're 11th level. It's
They
one
could just
beholder.
leveled. Yeah.
He probably has legendary actions and stuff, but
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
he might have special stats.
And they would go to his lair, so he would have lair actions and things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
but I mean, they got Binwin with him. You know?
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, it says, I wonder if Strix can read Shemeshka's spellbook now. It has been a while since she tried.
I mean, they said that. I think Chris said that like they could find. I mean, there's definitely probably someone in Waterdeep that could read that book if they wanted to.
Well, the lady
A
who just
wizard,
showed up.
perhaps?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that lady that just showed up, right?
Stone
Yeah.
Marrow.
Stone Marrow. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she could probably read it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't think that's very high on their priority list.
Sure. No. Yeah.
What is
Take care
high?
of the thing that is trying to kill you first.
What is high on their priority list?
Xanathar, probably. I think
Well,
all of them
I
are
think-
to an extent. Things that
think-
could potentially kill you
Uh,
in order of proximity.
Mhm.
And then alphabetically.
I think they just want to like live for a little bit. I don't think they want to like do anything. Like seems like they just want to like settle, put roots down before they do anything.
Mhm.
'Cause they haven't had a chance.
We
to.
have another episode 72.
the bakery seems like a priority.
Mhm.
They're
I
gonna-
mean,
they're gonna be
if the
all over
bakery's
Very
if the bakery stops exploding, so
Alphabetically.
Mhm.
Alphabetically.
Yeah, it's gonna be. What's gonna happen to Paulton's chair if there's a bakery there?
mm,
Just put it in his room. It's fine.
yeah.
Is that his mode of transportation now? He's gonna ride around the city in this
The answer to that is yes.
Strahd throne.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just gonna have a walking throne and travel through the city like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they attacked the Xanathar, like he does have a lot of hired goons, so I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe it's not reasonable.
I mean,
probably not a good idea, especially how suboptimal they are.
I mean,
Yeah.
Fireball solves a lot of problems.
Yeah. But to me, it's like if they
Fireball and Thunderwave.
they're gonna have Binwin with them next week, so it's like
Yeah.
now's the time, you know.
When there's a guest, when there's a meat shield in front of you.
They might have to keep
Wait.
him for.
I
another,
mean,
you know?
Binwin was a fighter, right?
He was a barbarian.
Fighter
Or-
Barbarian, yeah.
That's a good thing to throw in front of somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That-
and Evelyn.
Yeah.
And DF can get his sneak. Well, I don't know if he can get a sneak attack on a beholder, but I guess
No.
he could. Yeah.
I
He
don't
also
know
had,
exactly how sneak attack.
Incredibly high stats. Did you see that? Like he had like 19s on like 3 things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Strength and con, I
It's
think it was.
yeah, which makes sense, especially for a barbarian, but
Yeah.
that's still high.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Chris keeps throwing things at them before they even have time to reevaluate their priorities. That's true. It's
Yeah.
been like 3 days since they started getting attacked at the house. I almost feel like that lady wants to buy the house back from them now that she's not busy.
I mean,
Yeah.
they could use some money.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, they have no time. You're right. They have no time to kind of catch their breath, figure out what's going on. Yeah. But is that just going to keep happening?
Like I don't know. Like it seems like a little too intense, like story wise. Like I understand. Sorry, my internet's being crazy today. But I'm just saying, like, from like a realistic standpoint of view, Xanathar would keep attacking over and over again. But like from a story point of view, there's like a lot of stuff to deal with.
Mhm.
So I don't know, like, if they want to go more realistic or more good storytelling. But I feel like it's just too much to bombard the audience with and the characters with.
Well,
A
yeah.
little.
Xanathar has to run out of goons at some point. They're not going to want to go if they just keep dying.
That's true. You're
Mm.
right. If he keeps sending these goons at them and they just chop them all up,
What if that's why it was a coffin with spore beholders?
Mm.
because
There was no goons to be seen.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like maybe.
So he just sent these spore creatures. Where's he getting those?
I thought they were the zombie beholder thingies,
Zombie
but I'm not like just something that they made. I just was going based off of that one episode, but I started halfway in initiative.
I should read up on. I think gas spores are in the one of the books.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Okay.
It's like a million like sub beholder types. I should really read up on all those things. Yeah. So like the Xanathar thing. You know, it's funny you bring up the spell book. It was weird that she couldn't. I guess I get it. She's a sorcerer and they don't use spell books. I guess.
Hmm.
But it was weird. She couldn't read the spell book.
Or like, I assume it's not that she couldn't read this, or she couldn't read it, but I think it was maybe it has security things that makes you can't read it.
Oh,
Semester, yeah.
I see. They haven't summoned Shemeshka in a long time.
I mean, there hasn't been a reason to, a little bit.
That is like worst case scenario.
Hmm.
They're
DF
always at
isn't-
2 worst case scenarios. They haven't gotten to level 5 yet.
DF isn't about to do that for any reason.
I mean, he's gonna run out of keys at some point. He only has to like 4
He has
I-
5.
or 5.
I forget what happens when he runs out of keys.
We don't know.
We don't know what happens. We just know Shemeshka would have them all.
Oh. Hmm.
They don't disappear when he uses them.
Mm-mm.
No.
They just get handed over to Shemeshka.
Hmm. Bert Norris. Hi, Brent.
And he gave one to Strick.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
DF
Double
has
check.
been actively avoiding trying to summon her, and he gave one to Strix to hold, just in case, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't- But now they don't have to worry about destroying the multiverse, right, Strix and DF?
theoretically,
That's something else they need to
Hopefully.
talk about.
Mhm.
I mean, legality, what it is, who knows?
It's like,
I mean, when the demon lord or whatever tells you, hey, you guys are good to bang, like,
oh yeah.
I think they're saving that for, like, I don't even know what episode.
I just want to know that what being a bee stinger entails for Strix, and if that it's Skizix thing and Skizix Lorkatha. I want to know all the things.
wondering if that Maroot's still out there.
Sorry?
Yeah, that Maroot is still out there. Like, wonder if that changed anything with that thing.
Yeah, hunting them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Has
You know,
anybody been keeping up with the C team after the crossover?
I don't.
No, I don't. I
It's
haven't.
hard to. When
Like, I wonder if it affected Rosie in any way.
Who knows?
it did
Good
say
question.
that she takes on all
The
of
burns.
the burdens. So
Mhm.
Really?
when Strix lost a lot of her anxieties and fears, maybe Rosie took them on a little bit. But she also has a lot of adopted children, so maybe she knows how to handle it
Mhm.
better. So who knows? Well, Kate probably knows.
Yeah. Yeah. So I the last 2 episodes I like really liked them. You know,
Mhm.
in my blog, like I put a star next to the ones that I think are really good. And I think I would put a star next to these 2. What did you guys think of this one?
I like more character. Sorry, did you want?
No, I was going to just ramble, and then you had something more cohesive.
I mean, I personally I like more like story, like character driven episodes. Just because like, when they have a lot of combat stuff, that means that they're just panicking
Mhm.
and doing like, just like not like. It feels like we're at a steady point of the Xantrum is attacking, Waffle crew is defending,
Mhm.
rinse and repeat kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like they're all good and there's like some hilarious moments.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, but like I just feel like they're like if they keep doing this, it's gonna get like really tiresome.
What would you like to see the most? Like, what would you want? What do you look?
Ooh.
What do you want to see?
Like topless ball episode.
The ball episode.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
But,
know
like-
what's on the top of my list, but
Like.
God.
What is it? What is it, Rena?
I want more Evelyn backstory with the whole
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
religion swap and Brick. I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was
Yeah.
just enough things dropped that I'm like, tell me already.
Mhm.
Fools.
Yeah.
Oh, Evelyn's leg. I would love to know about that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I love the dire stuff a lot. Like, the more like stressful situations they're in, I think for me the better. So.
Mm.
What do you
I
mean
figure-
the dire stuff? Like what? Like
Oh, like
mean-
the stuff with like, just like the feeling like they're barely hanging on, that sort of thing.
the
Like
Amber
kind of mostly
Temple?
through Amber Temple, the Strahd stuff,
Mhm.
a lot of the Tomb stuff.
The blood fountain thingy.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good episode.
The blood fountain.
The
Yeah,
nightmare
dreams,
episode.
the nightmares. Yeah,
the
I
nightmare episode.
love that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
that's right. That was a really good one.
It
Where
was.
Strix fell in and then Dieth dove in after, and you could see the face of the Lady of Pain.
yeah,
That
because
was
I mean,
awesome.
you don't see a lot of like groups get that in situations like that often. Like, it's just the level of tension I think the Waffle Crew does is really good.
That's fair. I just want some like reflection. You know, just
Mhm.
like how like yes they deal with all this stuff, but do they like what are they? I don't know. Like we're not getting like that. Sorry, I like that character meet. You know.
I want to see an adventure where they go to steal Dieth's soul back. That's what I want to see the most.
Mhm.
That
Mm.
seems like a good dire one too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna get that one will get real stressful real fast.
Extreme personal stakes, stuff like that
Just-
over their head.
You go there and like you go to Shemeshka's house.
Hmm.
And also you're gonna see all sorts of weird stuff in there. There's gonna be all sorts of weird planar
mean,
guardians.
Has that ever been? That's never been described ever, has it? Like,
No, she has
Shemeshka's home.
a casino called Fortune's Wheel.
yeah,
And there's like a bar called the Blue Iris on top of it.
mhm.
But I don't think that's where she lives.
No,
you know?
like, yeah, like I can only imagine what her home's like. Like,
Yeah.
I only remember that there was one thing written by, I forget his name, I'm so sorry, but it's the real Shemeshka
Todd
on
yeah.
Twitter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Todd
Um,
Stewart.
he wrote a thing with Shemeshka being all manipulative with this random guy who came pleading to her, and I don't know if that took place
Mm.
in her house or in what would be considered more of a office space. But that made, yeah, that's all I have really to say. I don't know where I was going with that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's like, it would be cool because it's like Chris could make Shemeshka's house, and that's like an adventure that anybody could use.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like we're getting free stuff to use for our campaign by Chris Perkins. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I was like, could you please do this already?
Yeah.
Plum
Plus,
Perkins with love.
I'm just curious, like, you have a shard of a soul. Like, what does that look like? What can you
Mhm.
do with it? How do you put it back with the rest of your soul? Do you swallow it? Like, what do you, how, you know what I mean? Is it
Yeah.
something you can grab? You know,
Like
it's in a
crack it like an
box.
egg, like
Yeah.
on top of your
Like, how does that work? Right? I have no idea. It's so
I
weird.
feel like it's a little bit of like a Pandora's box kind of situation.
You open it and it just go whoosh.
Yeah.
Unless
And
it's
just,
just
oh,
like,
there it goes. Bye-bye.
if he is missing wings, maybe that's what it is. It's wings. Once
Yeah.
the wings are back on him, then he has the full portion of his soul or something. I don't know.
Would that change his like stats in any way? Like mechanically speaking?
I don't know. Isn't the theory that he's like a half Azamar or an Azamar or something like
Uh,
that?
just that, yeah, descended from, or like,
Descended from them?
or pact with it, with like higher powers and stuff.
Because they do kind of, there's a recurring theme on the show of DF can't fly.
Yep.
It's happened over and over. I
Mhm.
kind of wonder if a light bulb went off in Chris's head at some point, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, like, hey, because that's really, like, that's really cool. You know, he can't
There's-
fly. Everybody can fly but him, and he's all bummed out about it. And then eventually he gets wings, you know? I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I remember seeing someone also on Twitter. I can't, it might have been Reddit actually, but someone was doing some theorizing with more than just him not having wings. It's just kind of a, if his wings were clipped and he can't fly, it just makes him all the more why he values freedom so much and why he
Mhm.
hates cages. And there's a few other parts. I'd have to go back and find it again, but it was really cool. So it's just why freedom is so important to DF pretty much.
Hmm. Yeah.
And if part of his soul is trapped in a box, maybe that's part of why too.
Mhm.
He knows subconsciously that he is somewhat trapped and does everything he can to stay the rest of the way free.
Hmm. And this is, his soul is an ancient soul, right?
Mm.
So I guess that gives it special, whatever. I would like to just learn all about that stuff, the whole
Yeah.
thing.
All the things.
Why?
Also about his dad.
Mhm.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Like,
I'm like, why does he know Magnus?
yeah, like, just like, why Shemeshka wants a piece of the soul. Why is it so important?
Yeah.
What can you
I
do
mean,
with
it's
it?
the last of the Lurkafa, correct?
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's probably super duper powerful.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
again, it was like, what does that mean? Like, what do you do with it? In you know what I mean? What do you do with this soul?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you
Trophy.
could, especially when it's just a piece. Like, what's the big deal? Like,
Trophy.
trophy? Yeah.
Mm.
It is
I
a
mean,
unique thing to have.
Bargaining chip or something like that in some ways.
Could you fuse it with a magic item and make it super powerful? You
Mm.
know? Is it a component for a really powerful spell? You know, that kind of thing. That's
Well,
wasn't she the one who was doing the negotiation between the two families?
Yeah.
So like, it's probably like, this is what I collect for
Yeah. I mean,
negotiation.
she did call him like her like 1%. So
is 1% really.
yeah. So it's something of value in some big thing.
For me, the sigil stuff is my favorite part of the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
stuff I'm most interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I was thinking about it. It's kind of weird that the show started with horror, with Curse of Strahd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is sort of like the flagship D&D show, the official one,
Yeah.
and you would think it would be like just straight fantasy. but
Mhm.
it started in Barovia,
Yeah.
and everything is kind of rooted in Barovia. You
Mhm.
know, and it's just kind of interesting to me that it's like it just ended up that way, and now Strahd always kind of looms over their head, sort of like
Mhm.
it's just it's not done in some
Yeah.
way. You
Another
know?
thing on their list: 2 Strahds.
Yeah, maybe two
Draw
Strahds.
doll.
And
Alternate timeline.
the Ring of
Yeah.
Winter was just mentioned the last episode.
Yeah.
Ring of
It's
Winter.
like-
There you go.
So it's just like Strahd
Let's
with
deal with Miranda.
Yeah. I mean, parties that come from like that start and like finish like Curse of Strahd are very different than like if you go through any other campaign. It's like there's just like a certain like just like rawness to them.
Mhm.
Like it's interesting.
And I also love how the show they use the I don't know. I like they use the official material. I really like that. So like
Yeah.
as we watch it over time, they're going through all of the storylines that
Yeah.
a lot of us are playing through. I really enjoy the and then Chris adds in new material and all that stuff. And the new magic
Yeah.
items I really like Gutter and Moon Splinter. Like I love that. Heart of Spinelli. I've never liked Heart of Spinelli as much as I've liked Lightfall.
Yeah. I
Yeah, me
mean,
neither.
But
But I think that's because it's more. It's more important to Evie.
yeah.
Less on brand, probably, because it's like Lightfall is like a light object of sun, and then the Heart of Spinelli is a fire object. I don't know.
That poor sun sword never gets used. That poor
Didn't
sword.
it- I feel like the Sun Sword got destroyed or something
I
happened
think
to it.
The
Now
last,
they still have it, right? Or he has
Right?
I'm pretty sure the
No.
last
Yeah.
time it was used was when Paulton had the Sun Sword as a simulacrum, and he just kind of seppuku'd.
Yeah. They still
So
have
where-
it.
So who has it?
Paulton, I believe, has
Paulton.
the Sun Sword.
Hmm.
No, if Ice Paulton used it to
Gave it
kill
back.
himself.
Evie gave it
That's
back.
true.
Oh, okay.
But I think they gave it back to him once he kind of like they got him back. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Paulton Hey, Paulton dropped another counter spell this episode.
Yes.
I love that. I love
Counter
it.
spell is a good spell.
that part where he's like, "Oh no, Paulton's here." I love that part.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's weird. I think Rakshasas are immune to spells 6th level and lower, but I don't know.
Yeah,
if
they
counter
got some
spells
like
count.
they have some rough stuff for spellcasters. Yeah, because I remember that I played a bard and it was kind of like hard to do anything with like even like
Yeah.
cantrips don't work on them.
Yeah.
So it ends up being you have to heal everybody because like that's your job now.
Yeah, my Planescape game, a Rakshasa actually killed one of the characters. Yeah.
Yeah, they're hard. Rakshasas, if you have a spellcaster, are just like
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah. 6th level and lower, they're immune to all those spells.
It is. Yeah, it's terrible.
It's insane.
Oof.
But so in theory, like you throw a Rakshasa at the Waffle Crew, and it's
Mhm.
like, oh, they're gonna die. But it just so happened that the melee characters were the ones who ran up and
Yeah.
attacked.
Because I mean, yeah, Dieth and Evelyn can still like hurt it.
Yeah, they,
Evelyn's the one you got to worry about.
yeah. Even
And both Paulton and Strix have counter spells, so
Yeah.
hmm So it's
if
just like,
they can just keep counter spelling.
Yeah, because
Evelyn
you're
and
kind of spelling a
Binwin
spell.
together fighting
Mhm.
someone. That's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
They chopped that guy up.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic.
Because I think
Real fast.
they
I just
may-
like- I just like Evelyn with any other fighter
Mhm.
character. This is the badassness.
Paladin tag teams always
Paladin,
fun.
double paladin is if you're a DM is rough. Double paladins.
Why was there a Rakshasa private detective?
I don't know. He might have just. It might have just
Where's
been in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, it's just like he seemed like it seemed like it was just like, oh, that I got found out. Whoops.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what was he doing
It
there?
seemed like it was just like it was doing its thing, and then just kind of just got caught up being in that zone. It's just like it had nothing to do with it. It seemed like
Who is the woman he was talking to?
I don't know.
Random person who ran away screaming.
Yeah.
I want to know about that detective agency. I want
Yeah.
an adventure about that.
Tiger's eye.
I mean,
Now
Not
Bin-
very discreet.
Now Binwin has a
No.
grudge now because like it's specifically I think in the book it says Rakshasa is just like they'll come
They-
after whoever killed
They
them.
kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I'm pulling it up again so I can read
Good
it.
thing the
That's
Waffle
fun.
Crew didn't technically kill them.
Oh, Binwin did. 100% Binwin.
Binwin
did.
It's Binwin.
But
It's Binwin.
Wee woo. Wee woo. Hold on. Give me a second. Do.
It'll be in 100 years.
Death on the material plane means an agonizing and torturous return to the Nine Hells, where its essence remains trapped until its body reforms, a process that can take months or years. And when the Rakshasa is reborn, it has all the memories and knowledge of its former life, and it seeks retribution against the one who slew it. And if the target has somehow slipped through its grasp, the Rakshasa might punish its killer's family, friends, or descendants.
I mean, Bin was still alive. Bin will probably be alive.
Wow.
Yep.
It said he reforms. It reforms in the Nine Hells or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does it take a long time or is it instantaneous?
They said,
Months to years.
Months to years.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
you ideally want to trap them before they die, so that they don't have like time to like formulate a plan to like come after you.
Do you think maybe the neighborhood was going to hire that Rakshasa, the detective, to look into the group and maybe get
Get
them
them-
get
get
find
them
stuff,
kicked out.
get them kicked out?
Maybe.
Booted, evicted from the neighborhood.
But they killed him,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
so
that
it didn't work.
I don't think that owlbear is zoned for like residential.
The group's biggest enemy is going to end up being like the person in front, like the community like leader, you know,
Yeah.
like, who just
I
wants you
mean-
to keep your lawn mowed. You know, that's going to be their biggest enemy as time
Oh
goes
yeah.
on.
It confused me at first when Evelyn just kind of zoned in. I'm like, oh, gotta kill the fiend. And I'm like, you tried to turn Strahd.
It's like it's
What happened to you?
Yeah, it's-
Life of adventure. Just
mhm.
cut it up to her, man. Like it's hard out there.
Maybe they should check out that. It's called the Tiger's Eye. or
Tiger's
something.
Eye.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe they should go check that out next episode and look for clues.
I
you
mean,
know?
it's vacant, so
Yeah, maybe
See,
what he was looking for. Like what he was working on.
yeah.
Because that's a little weird. It was just a few doors down, right? It was like right there, right?
Yeah.
Like
they would if they had any common sense, but they would just lock themselves in their house and not do anything until somebody else attacked them.
maybe they should walk around their neighborhood and have Evelyn do her sense. Just root
Yeah.
out any evil that they
Like-
find.
like an evil rousing dot of rock.
Rousing
just-
rod, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And just knock on their door, Hello.
Like,
Fiend?
Are you evil?
Can I
think
offer you
I'm
some
dead.
slang today?
Maybe they could win the neighbors over somehow, like with a block party or something,
Oh.
Strix goes
Oh,
through
they're
the
all in
door
one. Oh, so they're all in one place when bad things happen.
Strix
Block
goes
party.
I
door
mean,
to
it's-
door.
it's not a pro- I mean, the
He's like,
neighborhood-
"I'm sorry."
I mean, the neighborhood's not a problem if you're the only people living in it, I guess.
No, like the bakery, she could make baked goods and go door to door and give them to people. Be
Mhm.
like, I'm sorry we
That's a
got off
Strix
on the
thing to
wrong
do.
foot. Here's a pie or whatever,
Mhm.
Nothing
Interesting to
says
do.
friendship like a witch serving pie.
Yep.
Mm.
Just like this just foul tiefling just giving you a pie.
Yeah, they can have like a big outdoor barbecue,
Yeah.
Pet the owlbear,
Don't pet the owl.
I just want Evelyn to engage in some some motherly neighborhood action.
hmm She could get parenting advice from some of the other.
I
you know.
hope. Yeah, that kid doesn't live on the street. He lives further down, right?
I know.
Yeah, he lives a ways away. They had
That's
to take
good.
the donkey.
That's good.
Yeah.
For the best.
Lance, that's his name.
Oh, and
Mhm.
Jenks now has the wand. Now, that wand that shoots fireworks, is that from Xanathar's? Is that one of the common magic items?
Yeah.
Is that
Probably.
the one that Niga has?
Yes, the emergency stick, yes.
Jinx has an emergency.
I thought
stick.
about that. I thought about the emergency stick. I'm like, oh, it's that thing.
hmm So now Jenks has one too.
Yeah,
I
look
do
at-
know that didn't Jenks pick up that wand from what's her face who was trying to
Oh, I forgot about that.
blast him?
This
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Oh,
Like a little stick or whatever.
because I just feel like him having that is like you're gonna burn your house down completely.
I think it's
Yeah.
it's
Wand of
not,
pyrotechnics.
it's not
does-
it's
Wand
not
of
harmful or
pyrotechnics.
lights anything out. I think we've
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
we've been through that before.
It just
we
makes
know.
loud noises.
Yeah.
So then, if they have a neighborhood barbecue, they could have fireworks.
I mean, yeah.
That'd be cool.
That
Christy
sounds so
Finn.
nice.
Paulton could give a concert.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would
Yes.
be pretty good.
That's like fan fiction, but it'll never happen. Get on that, guys. I want it on my desk tomorrow morning,
I don't
please.
know.
Fan fiction, aka wishful thinking.
Yeah. In another reality.
Yeah, so that's something they could do to kind of win over their neighbors. At
Oh,
this point,
yeah.
it's like their house is going to be completely gone in another episode or two. I mean, like every
like-
single show, it gets
Right?
more
It's-
damaged.
It's like how much of that house is going to be actually the old house? Like what percent of that house is going to survive being like remodeled?
Only the bare bones of it.
Yeah, the bare bones. Like
Mm,
the floor's not there anymore. The basement's gone.
it's like the location and the layout is the same.
The stairs
That's
are
it.
gone.
That's it. The layout's the same.
Listen, everybody says that Magnus will get mad, but he won't.
You really
No.
won't.
He's just be like, yeah, I blew it on more worse things. It's fine.
He specifically said he got homeowners insurance on that thing to take care of that, so he's fine. He's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know.
I forgot he has homeowners insurance. It's like, oh yeah, that can take care of at least the floor. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, we are just about out of time. Anything else anybody wanted to address before we wrap it up?
I don't think so.
No. All right. Well, we'll wrap up the Waffle Talk then for today. This is going to
Okay.
air again on the D&D channel at 7 p.m. Last week there was some hosting issues. For some reason it wouldn't stick.
Ah.
So hopefully that'll be
Mm.
fixed this week, and I'll be in the chat blabbing away. So why don't we do plugs? Got any plugs? Rena, do you have any plugs?
Well, not a whole lot. I'm catching up with Dark and Dicey recaps, so hopefully they will be starting to be put up on the blog, on Sean's blog, Powerscore RPG, soon. And find me at MIKO_CARINA on Twitter.
Aya, do you have any plugs?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
On Fridays, I play on Scotty Hood's channel, Twitch channel, on Retroverse. It's a lot of fun. I play a trash board thingy. And on Sundays, on this channel, I play a small gnome. What did I say, dwarf? There's a lot of dwarfs happening. I forgot my
It's
own
just a
character.
dwarven day. It's okay.
Yeah. I play a very cute little gnome. And I actually started my own podcast. So if you guys want to check it out, it's Rin in Stone. It's on SoundCloud. Or you can find us on Twitter at Rin_in_RPG. It's a lot of fun. Super. If you like Power Rangers and dumb teenage kids, lots of nerds, you come to me.
I forgot to mention that I am also in the stream with our lovely gnome friend. I'm a Shatterkai, so go see the cousins of those assassins, I guess.
Next week, Waterdeep, maybe.
Whee!
Shut
Depends on
up.
if we can deal with the whales.
Yeah.
Sean?
Just keep an eye on Flying Cirrus where all my games and stuff are, and Hell's Bells on 9 p.m. Eastern Time on D&D channel.
So good.
Tomorrow on the Greyhawk channel, I'll be on Mordenkainen's Path of the Plains at 2 p.m. Lux will be back. My character Odos and Lux have a kind of a thing going on, and so I've got all sorts of stuff prepared for that.
Helen.
Then Thursday, Secrets of Castle Greyhawk will be on the Greyhawk channel at 1 o'clock. Last time we used a new DM's Guild product called the Hungover Adventure Guide, and it was really cool. So we're going to use a little more of that, and then they're going to go back into the dungeon. And I think Saturday, I'm going to see if I can try to get... I was going to run Shadowrun a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't able to quite get it together. I'm going to see if I can get everybody to play some Shadowrun 6:30. I want to do that before we start, all the dragon heists and all that stuff, because I love Shadowrun, and I want to do some motorcycle chases and stupid stuff like that. So, all right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. We'll be back again next week at the same time, and see you all again soon, I hope. See you later.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
You have to keep waving for a second while I wait for this.
Okay. Bye.
There it is.
On camera. There you go.
All right, now we're going away.